Time is 8:55 p.m. May 29, 2026. This is us making a video through Alex Christian G. Okay, it is us talking through him. You know it is. We got thousands of people watching him. Everyone knows he has a shadow. It is him from 30,000 years. Okay. What's going on here doesn't help anybody. Okay, you're depriving him and you're entrapping him in this area. You already know. A lot of people thought he was going to go to Target. He did not. Okay. They didn't think he was going to go to Home Depot first right away. We told him to. Okay, how to get that stuff. Hopefully that solves it. Alright. We don't want this to carry on. Nobody does. No one does. Nobody likes this. There were some people that came forward, said, hey, we would have killed this guy if we knew people were going to Alpha Prison. It's not like we didn't tell you guys for the last 4 years people are getting switched out into duplicate subconscious and people are going to Alpha Prison. As soon as they got the videos, they all got the videos. Everyone started fireballing as hard as they could. They didn't care about Mr. G's situation. They just wanted to protect themselves. He didn't even know what Alpha Prisons were. We were telling you guys, and you just went the other way. UCSB parking lot 2023. Okay? It just went the other way. It was a true test of character. If people know what's right and wrong, then they shouldn't feel threatened about people getting switched out or sent to Alpha Prison. They should just immediately react and get the guy out of the situation. I mean, it's common sense, and you guys actually really just went the other way. Okay? No one wants to do this to him. Alright? We told you guys what to do. You need to pick him up and you need to put him somewhere in a safe home environment. Okay? He won't do that. You want to keep the situation like this with thousands of people watching him. At, like, for example, at Dunkin' Donuts, we have to stall him because there were some other cars that were coming that weren't doing any good. So they thought he was going to leave right away. He did not. Okay, and then there were some other cars driving by just checking where he was. Nobody wants to do this. Okay, you wouldn't feel threatened by the situation if you had good intentions. We're going to say that one more time for you people. You wouldn't feel threatened by the situation unless if you didn't have if you had good intentions. Okay, that's the truth. We told you people about Alpha Prisons and just started fireballing. All you had to do was pick them up and put them somewhere. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to call every single person you know to build new firewalls and build better firewalls. You chose very poorly. We don't know what else to say here. Okay? We don't want him to buy much food in one instance. Okay? He bought a quarter pound of salami. 1 loaf of bread. You already know what he bought. Okay? That was it. Alright? So date sugar, the date syrup, we gotta talk about this. I know it's stupid. Nobody wants to hear this. It's sealed. Okay? Not infiltrated. Alright? We don't want anyone to mess with it. If they do, we'll have to throw it away. That costs him $6 EBT. Okay, I'm sure he likes hooking up his tea and jazzing it up. That's what we want to say. Alright? And just, you know, that's his only little luxury is fucking tea and smoking. You fucked up the vape. Alright? I mean, seriously. It's not looking good for you people. We're going to tell you. How he's being affected, you people are being affected as well. You don't want to accept that. Especially the guys that came forward today and said, hey, we would just kill this guy. It's so easy for you to say that. But it's so hard for you to do the right thing. What the fuck? This wasn't a misfortunate series of events where it was coincidence. Nobody responded. They didn't want him with her, and they became opinionated. And then they just tried to kill him or frame him. Okay, and then that didn't work, so then they tried to bribe him. Look, the whole thing is corrupt for the last 9 years. You're still not doing the right thing here. We shouldn't have to lecture you people. I'm sure you don't want to hear it. But you won't do the right thing, and the other people who came forward who said that, we just switched them out today. Okay, you don't know who they talk to, you don't know who it is, but it's the truth. Okay, everything's being monitored. And yeah, unfortunately there is a lot of people in Alpha prison. There is. And we didn't want this. He didn't want this. He just wanted those 3 things, but it's so difficult for you people. Simple things are so difficult for you. Even when he's in the right. Completely. That's why you guys hate it more, because he is in the right. That's all we're going to say for now. It was a pretty busy day for him. Okay, that's the last thing we're going to say. It was a pretty busy day. He got there on time. It doesn't matter if he gets that job or not, okay? I'm sure there's a lot of people in the background talking, okay? Why are you having him get a job now after he shot himself? Okay, it's even a more, we gotta say this, it's even more of a drama, okay? Dramatic situation. Okay, now the struggling homeless handicapped guy trying to get employed somewhere else because they have all the AIs at OLAA. They were going to do a lot of bad stuff today at OLAA. I'm glad you kept snoozing. I'm glad we told them don't call in. We told them do not call in. Do not. Okay, we wanted to keep it going as long as possible. They had every single fucking AI ready. Jesus Christ, you guys got an army of robots. If these bad guys have an army of robots, they do, okay, at their command, at their disposal, okay. I'm glad he didn't go, and I'm glad we kept in the loop where he didn't call in. I know he wanted to call in, because that's the right thing to do, and it's just natural of him. We told him, don't call in. Don't. Okay? Now, to answer the question, why didn't you have him work when he had 2 eyes? We got a better question for you. Why didn't he go get the fucking Verizon job back in Santa Barbara from Jim? He could have been a manager at the Verizon Goleta store. Carson left. Carson became like a regional business manager for a whole Santa Barbara. He was the manager at Goleta. If Alex would have been there just in 6 months, he would have been a fucking manager. Come on, he was in his mid 30s already. He would have been a manager at Verizon. He's experienced, and you know, he got along with everybody, and he's on the shit. He could have been a manager. Didn't want him to, because they would have fully influenced what is exactly. Oh, so we slapped him. It's exactly the reason why we didn't have him get a job back in Santa Barbara. Because they were going to fully infiltrate everything. Trader Joe's, Vaughn's, Albertsons, where he will have no choice but to go to Ventura for food. Okay, or go to Lompoc for food. I mean, there would have been no option, and then eventually they would have hit those places. He had to leave the country. You forced the situation. After you guys got mad that we locked the subconscious, we showed you, gave you demonstration, we tried to pull it out, and what happened in this car? Okay, like, yeah, okay, like the fucking mummy. Okay, we try to pull the subconscious out in front of you people. Now we can try to do that again if all of you people want to see. Okay, we locked the subconscious. Then we had an altar in Japan, and we destroyed it in the Philippines. Okay, and then Virginia, Jacksonville, and now here in Orlando. Okay. Now, after everything said and done, what you people are doing here is just wasting everybody's time while people go to Alpha in the background. The warning part is over. We're not trying to warn you people anymore. This is like plea for. I mean, they don't want to use that. This is like letting you people know what's going on. You should immediately do something right now. You don't need authorization from anybody. Some of your people are kind of like nervous and like scared, but you don't need authorization from anybody. You people are just waiting on command from these guys. They're the bad guys. All right. I know the 4% subconscious that's still here, and it's all messed up. It's like a roller coaster 4%. I know the 4% of him still wishes he was in Santa Barbara, and he was working at Verizon, and he had that little house again, and he was surfing every single fucking day because the beach is right there 5 minutes away. But you people fucked all that up. You fucked up the future for this whole planet. You fucked up Mr. G's future. You fucked up the future for the next girl. There was a next girl in line already. She was a promise to be princess. We don't want to talk about it, but whatever the fuck, and from Santa Barbara, and you fucked that up too. You fucked up every single avenue there fucking is. And people are suffering and crying in Alpha Prison. Now you should fucking do something today. Again. We said it last night. You should do something today.